Dan, looking up later.
Rock. Frustrating loss. Frustrating loss because we knew coming in this would be a good football team we'd be playing in Boise, and we knew it would come down to the last possession or two of the ball game. And to their credit, they found a way to win the ball game in the end. And I think that for us as a program, when you look at our last two games and you combine the two, our inability to finish is pretty glaring. And so that obviously will be a point of emphasis of ours as we head into the offseason. But a lot of credit to Boise. Their quarterback had a nice ball game. The kids played hard. Tough loss.
You guys close the door there. You close the door.
Yeah.
Coach, can you talk about what caused your offense to sort of start so slowly? I mean, you obviously picked it up in the second quarter, but what was the sort of
we weren't terrific up front initially. I thought we were a little bit out of sync. I thought our energy was not great at the start of the game, but I thought that picked up there in the second quarter and really continued on throughout the game.
Coach, can you talk about what you saw in the interception there at the end and what you guys were trying to get done in that situation?
We were really trying to hit Austin there to get a first down, and the goal was to try to get to the 30-yard line for a field goal. It's hard to see, there was a lot going on right at that time, but we were just trying to kind of stick it in there to Austin and convert it. Obviously, I don't know if Austin was covered. It was hard to tell. Keith went to a secondary read, and the safety read his eyes and made a nice play on it and intercepted the ball.
Sark, what was your take on just Keith's game overall? Four quarters.
I thought he competed, and that was encouraging. I know there's probably a couple reads he'd probably like to have back, of going through his progression to get to other guys, but I thought he competed.
And the 4th and 1 by Boise, it looked on TV like maybe they were short. Did you talk about a measurement with the refs, or?
On the sneak, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
we did. I contemplated it. It's a hard one to overturn. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's piled up inside the pile. It's a hard one that all of a sudden they're going to move the ball back 2 or 3 inches. That would make them short. And the timeouts in that situation were at a premium. I didn't want to lose our timeout there and then only have 2 in our ability to stop the clock. So I just didn't really feel like, even if he was short, they probably wouldn't have moved the ball and overturned it.
What do you have to do, and what does Keith have to do to get Keith back to where he was last year?
Well, I think that we, in general, need to play better as an offensive football team consistently. And that has been an issue for us really, quite honestly, all season. We've had spurts and moments when we've been pretty good, and we've had other moments when we haven't been so good. And I think through all of this, and we touched on this early in the season, we have to get back to the basics at that position and what this system is about, and where to go with the football, and how to stay with our progressions, and how we read coverages, and not assume and not guess, and not want to be sure exactly what it was, but anticipate throws, understand coverages, and deliver the ball with trust in the system and in the players to make their plays. Now, we have to catch the football too, and we drop arguably a touchdown today, and we drop a critical 3rd down one as well. So everybody has to do their part. We have to block better, we have to catch better, we have to throw better, we have to call better plays, so that we can be a more successful offensive football team.
Coach, arguably you guys have been like really close. Big wins the last couple of years and just right on the cusp of breaking through. What do you need to do to take your program to the next level?
Well, it's easy to say today, we got to finish in the 4th quarter. You look at the last 2 ball games we played, those are tough ones to swallow, because I could easily be sitting here and be a 9-4 football team, and unfortunately, we found a way not to win those games. And so that's the easy one to point out is how are we, and how disciplined enough are we to stay focused and disciplined throughout the 4th quarter and ultimately execute to finish those games. But there are other things that we have to improve upon. Our pass rush is still a glaring issue for us right now, and consistently getting to the quarterback. on the flip side, our ability to protect the quarterback and minimize the number of sacks. Obviously, I love what our defense was able to do in creating turnovers this season. We have to cut the number of turnovers we had offensively this year in half. Quite honestly, that's how big of a number it was. But we're just going to keep grinding away. That's the biggest thing. I don't know any other way than to just keep working hard. And we've got a great young group of men on this team and a good young football team that as we mature, as we continue to grow together, I believe we're going to win these close ones late in the ball game, and we will be that 9, 10, 11 win team here, sooner rather than later.
They hit a lot of big third downs at times, especially kind of in the first half.
Sure did. It was frustrating. Just talking to Justin about it. A couple passes, the quarterback scrambled. Those are tough ones to swallow because that type of team, when you win on first and second down, you think you'd be doing pretty good against that type of an offense. But they hit some big plays on third down, and they also got some one-on-one matchups that they converted on. But the third down inability, again, it starts with the pass rush and containing the quarterback, and then it can get hard to cover that long. But when a quarterback scrambles, I'd like to think we'll tackle them more times than not. Unfortunately, today we weren't great at it.
Bishop throwing over 200 yards today. When Jesse went down, did you really envision him having this kind of a year?
I'm not sure, Bishop. But he had a fantastic season, and I thought really when you analyze Bishop's season, especially from about almost the second half of the season on, arguably the best back in our conference. I mean, he just continued to play and play and play. Thoroughly impressed, and to think that he's just a true sophomore right now, and this guy sitting next to me is just a true sophomore right now, and Case is a true sophomore, Austin's a true sophomore. We've got a pretty good young nucleus of players on this team that as they continue to grow together, we'll be pretty dang good.
Coach, obviously a lot was made of their defense, but Southwick replacing who he had to replace. I mean, when you watched him on film going in and now you've seen him, did this surprise you when you look at those numbers?
Well, yeah, I thought he really did a nice job in the game today. I thought he managed their offense, especially in their up-tempo stuff. He threw the ball efficiently and accurately, and then when he pulled the ball down to scramble, he was effective. He hurt us with his legs today.
Bishop, to have that kind of a game and not win the game, your level of disappointment in that?
Yeah, well, it's definitely disappointing that we didn't get the win. I'm just proud that we came out and fought hard throughout the whole game. We finally got things going in the second quarter, like Coach Sark said. To express my feelings right now, all I really feel is just disappointed that we came up short tonight.
Steve, you talked after the Arizona game about the trust between you and Keith. How did that develop after that game, and was that there today?
I thought it got better. I thought it improved in the second half of the season from there. I thought we had moments today where Keith did some really good stuff for us, and he had other moments that weren't great. And the consistency factor in our system is what is imperative, and that's going to be a real focal point of ours here in the offseason.
Was it the kickoff return by them at the last one? Was it that happened on that one?
It's kind of hard to tell. It had been the same coverage we've been using, which had been effective. The ball kind of got hung up in the air in the wind a little bit, and I'll have to look at the film exactly to see if I don't think they changed their return. So where we had a miscue in there, if we got out of a lane or something, I'll have to see. I don't know from the field.
John, obviously the third down you mentioned. What's the frustration level for you? 15 tackles all of this year.
It was just disappointing for us because we knew that if we get them in third and long situations, we knew they were going to pass the ball. So, but as far as defensively, we just had a lack of communication from the back seven. So it's tough to do that against a good team. Against Boise State was very disciplined.
Coach, you guys were not very good on third down at all in the first half and really good on third down in the second half. What was the difference there?
We adjusted a few things we were doing and how we were attacking them. I thought Keith stood in the pocket and threw the ball accurately on third down, and we were able to get the ball to Kaysen and Austin and doing their thing on third down. So we had just adjusted a few things and got some matchups we liked that hopefully we can build upon the next time we play them.
Bishop, you looked like, particularly the offense is struggling in the first half. You kind of kept the team in the game. Did you feel that way? Did you feel like it was kind of on your shoulders to get yourselves in the game?
Not too much. I just try to think every opportunity I get, just try to make something happen in any way possible to help the team out. As the game just went on, I just kept telling myself, every opportunity I get, try to make a play.
Did you like those wildcat plays?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's kind of like high school a little bit for you.
Yeah, a
right?
little bit, yeah, definitely.
Steve, was there any thought about going for 2 at the end of the first half?
No, to me that's too early in the game. You know, the numbers just bear out that way. You know, when we scored there in the third quarter, I felt like that was the right time to do it.
Have there been times during the year where Keith has had the opportunity to get the ball to Austin and hasn't, or is it where Austin's been open and he's...
I'm sure that's happened. I mean, that's natural. I mean, I don't think it's intentionally not going to throw the ball to Austin. I think maybe for one reason or another, he didn't like the play, you know, and that's the hard part of playing the position of quarterback. You have to make those millisecond decisions and then do it physically and make it all happen. And so, you know, I think the rapport with Austin and Keith and Kaysen and Keith was only going to improve. I think a key component for us into this offseason and into next season is finding that third consistent element to our offense. We've got obviously a tremendous young running back in Bishop. We've got 2 really good receivers in Kaysen and Austin. And now that third element is going to be key for us to be a complete offensive football team next fall.
Steve, what did you learn about Boise that you can take into the game in September?
It's going to be another 4-quarter game. You know, it's going to be a slugfest. They're a very well-coached team. Their kids play hard, and that's exactly what I'll expect the next time around. You know, I think obviously we'll look at some things when we get to the film, and it'll be a little bit more clear. We'll have a little better idea maybe of some of the personnel and things of that nature, but they'll come ready to play, you know, and we got 9 months to get ready for them.
Just 1, 2 more, please. Coach, I think Bishop had over 30 carries today, a bunch of catches. What was your plan with him today? You hoping to use him, ride him as hard as you could today?
That was about the plan, quite honestly. And that is another aspect of our offense that I think needs to improve. You know, when you lose 2 backs early in the year, and then you move a receiver to back to give him a complement and a backup, solidifying that other back in our offense is big. And you know, it's hard in any offense to carry the ball 30 times a game. Nevertheless, in ours, when we run inside the tackles quite a bit. So, but I thought Bishop was terrific tonight, and with his touches and the way he played the game.
Bishop, you're the first one in this game to be MVP of the losing team. I guess it's got to be mixed emotions on that regard.
Yeah, I would definitely say, as earlier, I'm feeling disappointed, and there's a lot of mixed emotions going on. You know, the MVP trophy doesn't really mean as much if you come out a loser. So, yeah, again, like I said, I'm just feeling disappointed that we didn't get the team win. But again, I'm proud that we fought all 4 quarters and our team battled.
Steve, if you were asked this, I apologize, but the kick to the return of the 42 by Boise, tell me about the breakdown there, and was it not the kick you wanted, or?
Well, I think the ball may have gotten hung up in the wind a little bit. The wind was kind of a bit of a crosswind coming through the stadium, so I think the ball may have gotten hung up a bit. We didn't do anything different than the coverages we had been using in the game, which had been really effective for us. I don't believe they changed their return, so I'll have to look at the film if maybe we got out of our lanes or somebody stepped out of a coverage lane, or if we maybe missed the tackle. I'm not sure exactly what happened on that end. It wasn't nearly as clear because it was on their sideline. But, you know, I'd have to look at the film to give you an exact answer of what happened.
Thanks, guys.